2, 1, and we're live. This is the Nifty Alpha. I'm Pio. I'm here with my co-host, Sophisticated Art Speculator, now known as Captain Kicks, and of course, the one and only Nifty Nick. We are back from Miami. This is the market and trade talk show that focuses on NFT market activity 7 days a week. If you enjoy this content, as usual, make sure that you smash the subscribe button. Really helps us out. The projects we're going to talk about today are Meka Ape Club, the Flower Girls, the NFT market in general. And then it seems like there is a project that's minting right now called the Alpha Girls Club that people in our Discord are in. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go full degen on and mint without much background or context.
This website has literally no details, zero details. This is like the most basic website that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what am I doing here?
Did they get permission from us to use Alpha in their name, by the way?
They didn't, so that's a little knock against them, but here we are.
Not the biggest fan of the art.
Yeah. I mean, I have no desire for
Definitely
this.
looks like the guy's been to Burning Man a few times, that's for sure.
Like, why? So we have no details. And there you go, everybody. There's your alpha. So
basically the details are that this is someone that worked at Google. He's an ex-Googler, doxed. You know, that's just something that you say. Everybody's got some kind of story, right? And so it is a male artist, is my understanding. Audience members, please correct me if I'm wrong. The gas in the contract is apparently optimized very, very well. It's like very cheap to mint these things right now. 10,000 followers on Twitter. I guess the creator has like a proven background of being like very progressive and I guess being almost like a feminist. I'm trying to understand that part. I'm trying to look into it. So it might be a good like social kind of angle.
Hey, I'm a feminist. Give me $2 million.
that apparently is what we're doing here, is saying, yeah.
Also, the gas is really cheap, so get in.
There we go. Let's see what the gas is right now. It's 0.013. I mean, that's not that low. It's not.
Is it still?
Bro, he's an ex-Googler.
And we know literally nothing about this contract.
That's what we know about it, you know, and we'll get to these other projects. So right now, for me to mint 4, the gas would be 0.03, which in a relatively high gas environment.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I'll give him that.
Yeah, 142 Gwei right now, and that's what he's got. It's pretty good. It's not
so
bad.
His contract that he used is literally the same one. I'm looking at it here. I believe it's. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
He just took it from Toy Boogers, and he's like, I optimized the crap out of this.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that that's what it is. The way that he defined this is ERC 721B. I'm gonna have to take a look at it, but it's not clear to me that this is a massive optimization. I think it's literally a clone of Toy Boogers. Yeah.
But that makes sense, because that's what big tech does. They take technology from innovative people and then they just out-compete them.
They copy.
That is true. And you can't fault them for being minimalist, because this is as minimalist as you can literally get with this website.
NFTs already have enough fun about environment, so it's better to keep the website low lift. You know what I mean? So you're not having to have too many servers. Anyways, I'm joking around. I'm trolling. I think it's one of those things where this kind of just, you know, the art doesn't necessarily do it for me, but it's one of those things where, like, if it just gets the right people behind it, has the right momentum, it's a Sunday mint, you know, with Ethereum ranging, you know, so it could be a timing play, you know what I mean? Where it's just, you know, the stars kind of align. It's not expensive to mint. It's a nice Sunday mint. Ethereum markets are good for NFTs right now. So, you know, I'd peg it as a 50-50, you know, it's got to, I wouldn't, you know, it probably is not going to just straight go like crash. You know, you're going to be able to see what happens in secondary, see if it's going to, you know, if it starts dropping a little bit, you can probably trim percent loss if you don't mint too many. But like, who knows? It could pop to 0.15, you know, if there's a lot of momentum behind it, you know, maybe a little higher. It doesn't seem to me like it has like anything that would make me think like things going to a 1 ETH floor one day. Like in terms of like trading it, you know, it could be a move.
I really like what Speculator's saying there. I think that that's totally fair. I'm just trying to like kind of get anything, any info that we can find. Nick, if you have the contract pulled up, can you see how many are left?
What? I mean, how many is it? 10,000?
Yeah, it's 10,000.
Okay, well, if you look at OpenSea, it appears 4,700 have minted, so that would leave 10,000 minus 4,700, which is over 5,000.
5,300 if you're a math major like me.
If you went to study
I
that
used
at university, you could figure that out.
You could have used subtraction, but I used the differential equation to figure that out.
As one does.
I don't think that the art is horrendous, but yeah, I mean, I gotta figure out if I'm gonna mint it or not.
But what this is
the thing for me is like the traits. Yeah, the traits just don't look like they're gonna have that rarity structure to me, that rarity curve necessarily that you want to see.
How many times are we gonna go for this? Just like this is a male developer talking about female empowerment, and so thus we're just
mental health.
him. Oh, now it's mental health is a trending one right now. We were discussing that with.
Is he donating to mental health with the proceeds?
That's a question. When we talk about,
or is it just going to help his mental health to have another $2 million in the bank?
It's going to help his mental health. I'll tell you that much. He can definitely afford more therapy if he was in real dire straits. Spend literally all his time in therapy and still have millions of dollars left over.
Is he going to pay for my therapy if I lose my rent on this? Because I'm already on the streets, as you can tell, based off of the Muffers play. Wasn't able to make this month's rent. So I'm looking for a win. So
that's just, I mean, it looks nice, but am I just buying more stuff for art? I don't know,
man. That's the thing. There's so many opportunities out there these days. Like, honestly, I wouldn't even care if it doubles after mint. I'd just be like, whatever. Like, whatever.
It's a good time to mint is the thing, you know? That's fair.
Are you minting, Pia?
This is a hard decision for me to make because I've got a few wins under my belt in the past 72 hours. I'm not.
I was about to say, Pio's got some energy going. Pio's got some like D-gen energy that it's kind of turning me on a little bit.
And he also is a big supporter of the feminist movement. So I know that he had made another play with that in the past with, what was the one that
Women in Weapons worked out great for me.
Women in Weapons, that was one.
That one's cool right there. That one's cool right there on your. That's badass. Like that one's cool for sure.
That's the best one. That one's so sick. What the hell? So, do we know when a reveal is? Anybody in the audience? So,
by the way, we spent 8 minutes on. I'm just wondering if we wanted to discuss other projects, or
we're gonna move.
But we do want to find out what your decision is here, Pio. Is he gonna pull the trigger or not? That's a real question.
Can you maybe put some like high anxiety music to like get him feeling the pressure, like
Someone just said Betty from Deadfellas is in, which is interesting. That's interesting. Oh, and one other confirmed person, Pablo from Robotos is in.
Has bought
on the secondary.
Literally don't know who either of those people are, so I don't care.
The founders of Deadfellas and Robotos.
Which
cool story, bro.
Here's the deal. They got a lot of money at this moment in time because they created Robotos and Deadfellas. So it's sort of like some of these things. It's good to have, artists who support one another. Oh, that one looks straight.
Well, that's Squid Game. Out of Squid Game. So sick. I mean, that's pretty sick, dude. Like some of these are all right. I got to give it to him.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I like the style of the art. It's kind of like that Japanese anime, maybe kind of a little bit of vibes. Like I like the style for sure. I think like when I was seeing the preview though, it seems that like some of the rarity combinations like don't look too hot. But I mean, really when you're in this kind of market, overanalyzing is usually a bad thing. Like if you really try to like analyze and break down something, you're not doing it right in an NFT bull market.
We'll move on to the next project, but one note is like, for example, this one right here, if this is actually, potentially one that you'd mint, right? What you could see, because it seems like some of these we really like. We like this one, and then this one's not terrible either, just in terms of like there's a lot going on.
It's just super noisy to me.
I agree. This one obviously is pretty crazy. If this is real and you can mint this, the thing is you could see sales of these really desirable ones at like north of 1 ETH within hours, and that could, spawn other people to FOMO in. So minting at 0.08 right now, it might be like a 2xer or something like that. Like I'm looking for 2xers right now. And those are some of the factors that could happen here. Minting and flipping is fun, and it's also a really smart thing to do when the market is going that way. And after that recent crypto correction, I feel like we have at least today for mint and flip. I mean, the Flower Girls yesterday that we're about to talk about was a win. So those are the factors that I'm kind of thinking about.
You basically can mint this right now, and you have hours to flip it. I would sell this before the end of the day. Would be my trade on this, because I don't
you want to be dumping this on the Europeans.
When they wake up first thing in the morning, they're gonna go buy this, and you want them to take these bags off your hands.
Those bags.
All right, we're going to move on the show. If I could ask the audience members to post when this is almost minted out in case I need to drop everything and FOMO in. But anyway.
Are you just waiting?
Pio wants to get in at that real high gas. He wants to get in at that real high gas when it's at 8,000.
Exactly. So moving on to Flower Girls, which minted out yesterday. This was the result of a Gary V pump. As far as background for this project, it is a female artist. I'm actually going to pull up some of her one-of-ones. She's inspired by the surrealist artists, like the Dalis of the world for sure.
What
the hell kind of placeholder image is this?
That's what OpenSea is now doing, is like they auto do this now. It's sort of weird. I don't know what, or maybe it's
OpenSea is just so dysfunctional. That full stop.
Yeah. I think they've like set up a new placeholder system, which doesn't make a whole ton of sense. But do you want to load up their website? Because looking at this placeholder isn't.
We're gonna take the preview and just put it into a small circle and then just blur out the rest. What do you guys think about that? Great idea, Greg.
So while Speculator throws shade at Greg, so Flower Girls, right? 10,000 piece, 10,000 piece collection, 950 hand drawn elements make up the artwork. Artist is Varvara Alay, surrealist influence. Basically, she loves to draw flowers, and I'd imagine
it sort of reminds me of that Surreal project. You remember, like where they had like the flower heads, the plant heads, and like the crystal heads. It was back in October, because I got absolutely wrecked on all my October plays, so I vividly remember them. Like this one is one where like I really dig the art, but I get hosed when I dig the art. I always do.
This is like Georgia O'Keeffe, except instead of the flower representing something else, it appears the head is made out of flowers. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think this is cool. Like, this is like clean to me. I like the art style. It's unique. But usually my best plays are my stupidest plays. So that's the only thing, is like when I really like the style of it. I mean, I think like this would have worked better as like an out of 1,000 collection.
This is another Gary V favored project. Is that correct?
It's a Gary V favored project. He definitely pumped it. Our Discord actually.
But how hard did he pump it if it's only at 0.1? That's not much of a. Is it 0.33 now?
No, this is her one-of-one work. So if people are really like, if they're actually bullish on Flower Girls, it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a look at the artists.
I agree with you, Pio. Like I would almost go at like these are cool, and they're way more like, why would you a 1 out of 10,000 for 0.11 when you can get a 1 out of 1 if you're bullish on the artist for 0.33? And I mean, that's a hell of a curve up too. It's 0.33, then it's like 0.45, then it's 0.77. So Pio, what we're going to want you to do is just to demolish that floor right now, live.
It could happen, man. And like, the thing that I like is that this artist
right now,
this artist is like clearly influenced by, the classical art, the Miros and the Dalis of the world. And so
you say Miros?
Miro, like Joan Miro. But it's interesting to me that not that many NFT artists are. So it's like refreshing to me to see it. I've talked about influence versus copy copying. To me, this looks like it's some solid influence. And quite frankly, I really like the one of one stuff. I would buy the, like I said, yeah, I'd buy the one of one stuff before the Flower Girl stuff, but then I'd have to acknowledge that it's not a quick flip.
The flowers reminded me, she has a mixture of like, there's some Monet, some Vince Van Gogh, and some Georgia O'Keeffe. We got all of that in there.
I'd say Dali is the big influence for sure. I looked up if she was from Spain and she's not, but yeah, I mean, so this one's interesting. The other play, and we just lost Captain Kicks for a second. The other deal with this play is that a large percentage is donated to charity. So that's another thing. It's like 20% of the primary and secondary sales on Flower Girls is donated to charity, and 5% is used to buy NFT artwork that's created by children. So you have
I dig that.
cause.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's probably why Gary V, so game to pump it. Combination of a doxed artist, female led, good artwork, track record a little bit, are having a bunch of one of ones on OpenSea, and then the charitable, sort of angle. And like this is pretty similar to Women and Weapons, which I know you made a bag on, Kicks, which is where Gary V pumps it, but even if he pumps it hard, his pumps on just any old project don't get it to like 0.3, 0.4 anymore, but they still get
because
it.
you need the Gary V like triple pump.
Okay.
You need him to come in and be like, this is awesome, and like 6 hours later be like, this is going to change the world, and then like 12 hours later, like, why aren't you in this? Like, you need that Wolf Game Gary V pump where he's like, I don't even care about Sunday football. That's how much I love Wolf Game. That's what sends it to the moon. But yeah, I mean, I like this. I'm a fan of this. Not near a computer to buy it since I'm currently homeless, but if I wasn't, maybe I'd get in. But either way, I really like the project's donation to charity. I like the unique style. There's a lot of people that are, kind of copying each other stylistically. So I like the unique style. So yeah, and it's cool to see back-to-back woman projects being, or like woman-inspired projects, female-inspired projects highlighted on the show. That's cool to see.
Yeah, and this minted at 0.05 yesterday. So shout out to everyone that minted it. People in our Discord were minting it, and then the Gary V tweet came out. So the people in our Discord actually front run the Gary V news. We're able to mint with decent gas prices. So shout out to our Discord, everybody that made a buck.
We're the best there is.
Congratulations. Ready to move on to Meka Ape Club. Nick, any closing thoughts before I move on?
No.
Nick, why don't you lead the way on this one on Meka Ape Club? What's the story with this one?
What this did, let me give you a thorough description of this one. It's a combination of Mechaverse and apes. There you go. Can we load up the website real quick?
Yeah.
That would be helpful to take a look at. Some of them look cool. It also seems like a combination of, they like beat out Hate Beast to launch, but with sort of like the V1 of Hate Beast.
And was this a priest, or are they only doing a 3.4K mint?
I think it was a full sale. You want to play that video real quick?
Sure.
The Earth is red blood.
Yes.
Nearly a century.
Look at this
before the
video.
Apocalyptic War of Beryllium. Continental coalitions created animatroids with superior strength and
Look at
artificial
this video.
intelligence, tasked with carrying out missions during the space wars. The Meka Apes. They're back on Earth, looking for the object of their desire, a source of infinite energy scattered throughout the globe. The beryllium crystals, a source of infinite energy, but not without a new enemy. This is the story of the Meka Apes, the return of the 5 factions.
I mean,
That's literally the Transformer storyline.
Yeah, so they went and they got someone to do that video. That trailer looks sick. It reminds me, what was the other one that we looked at and we were like,
The seals.
the sappy seals?
Yeah.
And we're like, this is stupid until we see the video and we're like, oh my God, this is brilliant.
Little unique thing on the
We were
roadmap.
going to make a fortune.
They're gonna inject $150,000 in marketing campaigns interesting. My problem is, man, I get wrecked on like kind of the 3D-ish avatar plays. I mean, we did Meta Travelers. I got wrecked on that. Not the only, like, every single time I've tried to do some sort of like 3D looking thing, it's never worked out well for me. The art looks okay. It's April. We've talked about that on the show before. If it's ape related, that's, definitely helps you out. Yeah.
So
are they going to make a game, or are we just like imagining that they're going to find that infinite source of energy?
What is this? What does this say here? Can we zoom out a little so we can
going live? Yeah.
Yeah, and also the faction plays never work out. There was like an alien mint that like some people really liked, like Fuckrender really liked it. And it had like 5 factions, but like for whatever reason, like the faction stuff, I think it just gets too confusing when you layer it on top of a collection.
So here you go. So at 40% being sold out, they will inject more than 150,000 into a marketing campaigns.
Can we get some of that? Let's set them up.
You have that to look forward to. Yeah, we'd love to actually get some of that money. Why resume? There's an exclusive merch drop. Okay. For each day, putting a website with this is actually a bad sign. So each day in December, holders will receive daily gifts. Santa will bring exciting surprises this year.
I don't want your Polygon airdrops.
We are developing a decentralized play to earn game with a token economy. There we go.
There it is.
I'm out. Now I'm out.
all the Meka ape owners will get exclusive access.
As soon as I read the Metaverse at 100%, I'm out.
This is not great in terms of a roadmap. I wish they had removed the roadmap. Like if I were,
you don't need roadmaps anymore. They're bearish if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, if I was going to optimize this site, I would remove the roadmap. What are these other items that you're scrolling past here, Pio?
So we got the exclusive Meka Ape Club, which
what is the category?
This category is benefits and development. We're a highly motivated bunch. Meka Ape NFT is yours, and your rewards are unimaginable as a member. You're not even going to be able to imagine the rewards that Meka Ape Club can give you.
You're not going to be able to imagine them because they make no sense.
I was trying to think of them, but I couldn't. Like that's actually
couldn't imagine them.
I was just thinking that, and they just told me stop imagining because
you don't just get to launch an avatar collectible project and then like, yeah, down the road we're going to make a play to earn game and also go into the metaverse. It's just like those buzzwords just are turnoffs for me. It's like, if you're going to make a game, lay out how the game's going to work. Like, tell me about the mechanics. So it sounds like you want to make money, and then you're going to like all of a sudden magically know how to develop a game or build a metaverse.
I got it. So similar in perks, Party Degens, if you bought their NFT and helped pad the wallets of a near billionaire creator, what you got to do was show up to a party where he decided to learn how to DJ and DJs for you. He never had any experience before, but he bought a headpiece that represented his punk. And now he's learning live on the fly how to DJ. So that is a massive perk, is you get to go to those parties and he's going to show you some of the new DJ skills that he just learned. And then there were some other members of the project though that actually do have DJ experience, so I can't fully hate on it. He was DJing next to the co-founder Matt Medved. I like Matt.
An actual DJ.
That's an actual DJ. I think he was giving advice to
it'd be a good name for an DJ Degen.
There we go. Maybe that's your new DJ name. So, okay. So the hot take on this one on Meka Ape Club is,
look at how much stuff they're hitting us with. What is Meka Ape? Meka Ape versus other NFTs. We just went through 2 other sections. It's just gnarly that they give us the third.
This is true digital item ownership.
This is what we call aggressive sales tactics, where they try to confuse you with an abundance of information. And you're just like, I'm so confused. I'm in.
We've got Instagrams for 3 of the founders.
Yeah, and in all seriousness, I'm not hating. Like, they put work into this project. They put effort into this project. I hope they do well. It's just, for me, it's like, build a game or, go into the metaverse or do a collectible project. But when you're just throwing every buzzword under the sun together, it's just like, It's challenging. It's not easy to make a good game. It's not at all. It's not easy to build a metaverse or make a real integration into a metaverse. So it's just, you know, I bought into too many projects that like promise that kind of stuff, and then it like never materializes. And if that's why you're buying it, like if you're going to build a game, like I want on your website, explain the game to me. Explain how it's going to work. How do the play to earn mechanisms work? Like that's what is going to sell me on. So I mean, I wish the project the best of success. I'm sure it'll probably like sell out, but yeah, I've just gotten hosed too much on projects like this for me to want to buy.
Yeah, this is a pass for me as well. And I mean, good luck. I think the big takeaway is the person on their team, although they have a CMO, that CMO is not a master of landing page optimization.
Sorry, that's also a turnoff for me. If you have a CMO on an NFT project, like you give out C-level, you know, unless you're like running an actual business. Like if you have 30 employees, yeah, you got a CMO. But that's like when you're like 18 and you do a startup with your friends for the first time, and you kind of like pick things out of the hat. It's like, oh, okay, PO's the CEO and Nick's going to be the CTO. So I guess I'll be one of the other O's then.
Check out their Instagrams. Maybe we can see that. But yeah, the main thing is if you're a CMO and you can't optimize the landing page, all they needed to do was post that video and literally nothing else.
Yeah.
That would have been my play on this, is basically log in, put the pricing. That's it. Like, don't say anything else. Create some mystery, because everyone likes mystery in this space. Like it's literally the less information, the better. So anyways, the conclusion is this one's not good. Nick is frozen on an under the face shot, which is always great.
All the Instagram links I think are broken. I'm trying to like get them to load, but they're not working properly. But okay, never mind. Yeah, they are. But nope, they're all broken. What I was also going to say is that one of our audience members brought up a couple of interesting points about how they haven't sold out yet. He said there's 80,000 members in the Discord, and it's
which
still
means
not
they
sold
botted
out.
that. So I guess that was the CMO's job to pump the numbers to bot it.
Which is not wrong. And then it also only 30% have sold since yesterday's launch, and they dropped the price below whitelist. So I'm going to definitively say hard pass, not going to make it, not for me. Apologies to anybody who minted.
Did you go out last night also?
No.
Okay. Just wondering. Okay. So that's this project. We're going to all take a hard pass on this next one.
Well, those are the two projects we wanted to talk about. Then we
had Flower Girls.
We already talked about Flower Girls.
Oh,
Nick, are you in the game? We talked to Flower Girls.
Yeah,
I said I liked the art. It was surrealist. We made comparisons to surreals. It's at a 0.115. Okay. The artist also has a one-of-one collection. There's 60 of them, 38 unique owners on it. The floor is 0.35, then it goes to 0.45, then it goes up to 0.47.
So let's discuss the last component here, which is, or Pio's pulling up the MOOCs. I just pulled up the charts, which I think is worth discussing, which is some quick market action.
That's a disgusting chart. That's so ugly.
This is just bad. So
it literally looks like a double black diamond.
It's yeah, I like taking ski approaches. This is just a bad level. What's interesting though is what we can
do. People that don't know, this is the Ethereum chart against US dollars.
Yeah, this is Ethereum. So let's go this way and check this out to see how that daily is performing. So these are the levels that I'm looking at. It didn't, so it wicked down, which is fine. It didn't close below that, but these are just ugly technicals. It's sitting right on this. It wicked below the support that I was watching for a bit, and it's just a weird space right now in the market. No one, and
I had a thought, Nick, which is Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and Chamath all selling their equities. You know what I mean? And you got to think about it. Like when Elon Musk is selling after not selling much for 10 years, and he also frames it in a Twitter poll so that it's almost like, oh, Twitter told me to sell it. You know what I mean? Like when you see smart money starting to trim, you got to start wondering yourself.
Did you see all the tech stocks dip? Dude, like Asana's down like 33%. Like
That's what I'm saying. And these crypto equity markets are so highly correlated to that stuff. And I'm not even worried about Omicron. It's just like, yo, we've been on a massive bull run for a long time, not even just in NFTs, but in crypto, especially in NFTs. And it's just like, to think that it's going to go up another 2-3x from here in a year, I don't know. Like I'm definitely in. Keyboard Monkey said it the best, which is that you can't predict the markets. So like it's time in is better. Time in the market is the most important thing. But having said that, you still can trim when things aren't looking great. So I trimmed. I still got money, but I trimmed more into USDC just so I can sleep at night.
I mean, I've been saying all along that the Bored Apes, I'm looking for them to drop seriously. We saw it happen with CryptoPunks the other day. They're already down 50% or close to that from their peak.
They're actually down 65% from their high.
Okay.
Damn.
So I'm looking for, but in NFTs, I'm expecting from a just asset class, 80% drops, like 80% plus drops is what I would anticipate for a lot of these things. And this is a new asset class as well. So like, I'm ready for Bored Apes to be at 50 grand or something like that. Maybe even lower, because like it needs to be a point where we all are looking at each other being like, are we complete idiots? Were we complete idiots? We need to get to that.
I am a complete idiot. That's not a question. I know I am. So the fact that I've made a lot of money is a really bad sign.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do with this chart at this point in time. It's just a weird, ugly chart for me, and I just don't know what to think. All I can wait is look for some sort of either this to dump, which is what I'm actually anticipating at this point in time. I'm expecting us to go down at least to this 33 level with ETH at this point. Maybe even lower, maybe even down to 28. I don't know what to think at this point in time. Now we already went there, so it's like, okay, we're going back, but it may be the market just suddenly rips because essentially it can. Here's Pio still thinking, buying into what's your boy? Plan B.
Michael Saylor. Oh, sure.
Plan B has no plan A, by the way. All he's got is a plan B, which is to hold on and accumulate Bitcoin. We need someone in the market so that we can get more buyers like Pio in there.
Yeah.
But,
so the thing is, like, if I can just come in with a counterpoint, like you just, and there might be new audience members that aren't familiar with us. So for everybody to know, both Nicks, Sophisticated Art Speculator and Nifty Nick, they're both like, they have a trading background. They've done well with trading, not only in the NFT market, but in the crypto markets and in the stock market. I never had a trading background. I was like a long-term investor. I would buy stock.
Like if you buy that trade there, you're probably an idiot.
Yeah. I would buy stocks, not sell them. I've never like really like sold stocks. I just have an asshole to Tesla stock and some other things. And then I would buy Bitcoin and not sell Bitcoin. I've still just never sold Bitcoin. Right. And so, I don't worry about this stuff. And I have high conviction that we're still not done with this Bitcoin cycle, which will also send ETH up. But sure, when you start doing technical analysis and you look at these charts in the short term, you can start to get an impression of where things are going. And if you have a trader's mentality, you'll get worried about that. And I can sense like Nick's worry right now. Other Nick just said, that it's going to dump. But the thing is, you have to keep in mind, like, these models break immediately as soon as there's like relevant news events.
Remember Doge?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to hold that too, because that's going with Bitcoin. So
hey guys, I think my phone's on 1%, so I may get rugged here. But the one thing I would say is, like, when you think about like max pain, that would mess up a lot of people. The most ironic outcome would be for it to look really ugly. A lot of people sell out, then it does some crazy rip, gets everyone to FOMO in, and then it goes. So I think anything's possible right now. I think at the end of the day, you just got to be smart with your money. If you made good money, take some profits, right? Don't leave all of it in, but like, keep your feet in and out. That's what I'm doing with NFTs. That's what I'm doing with crypto. But thanks for having me on as a guest on the show. This was really special to me.
Yeah,
And I appreciate both of you.
On the show.
All right, I'll catch you guys later.
See you, bro.
Bye.
So yeah, I mean, just to kind of finish that thought, it's like at the end of the day, my conviction is still well north of 100K Bitcoin, really 200K Bitcoin by like March, April, May. I'm not worried about anything that happens between now and then, except for my exposure and trading activity in the NFT market, which is a totally different bag because I trade that market and it's an illiquid JPEG collectibles speculative mania market that we're all degenning into. So that's like a different conversation to have. But if ETH goes down, it's not bad for the NFT market. Like maybe it's not good, but it's not like bad. I don't know.
We could, I mean, look, it's still possible to have a rip. Someone said pull up the weekly, so that's what I did. Look, it's possible for us to still have a rip. The wicks below are not a end of story. It's all over sort of situation. Here was major wick down on the last run up. We saw 3 weeks of a down after a pump. We could be in that state again. And this coming, I don't know when this ends, if this ends on Sunday or when, but at the end of whatever this week is, it ends up. So this is the 29th. This will be the 6th. So tomorrow is when the new one starts. Maybe next week is we experience a heater here and it rips up. But at this point, I'm just looking for additional signals in the market because this just, I don't know, it doesn't give me any confidence in anything.
Yeah, we'll see by the end of the month. It is, I mean, look, man, the stock to flow model, I brought it up before. It hasn't been broken in the entire existence of Bitcoin. So I'm willing to bet on that. I'm not trading it, so it doesn't matter. But I would like to be aware of which direction we're going to go in for the NFT market. So whichever way it goes, it goes. But I'm thinking it's going to go up between now and April, May. It's going to go up.
Now you've extended it to April and May. I thought we were going through. You were saying 90K. I'm looking here.
You could get 90K this month.
So here we go. Let's just pull this up, which is how closely this follows it. Last one.
Magic Trash Bag said, if I want more Bitcoin, I need to switch to ETH, ironically. And I didn't get that for a long time, but I now do understand it more.
Yeah, because he's saying the ETH to Bitcoin ratio is going to go up.
Yep.
And so you can sell ETH into Bitcoin or convert it. When you say this isn't broken, at what point does this become broken?
Well, it's realistically going to break after the next halving cycle. So the next halving cycle is 2024, or excuse me, 2 halving cycles from now. So the expectation is that it fully breaks after 2028 because the reward amount that gets halved of Bitcoin to the miners will be so small that the difference just isn't as, relevant anymore.
These colors just don't mean anything to me though, because these yellows, they went straight up. This yellow, what's going on? Like, what do these colors even mean?
So the colors are
days until next halving.
Yes, exactly. So that's like the sort of timing factor. The thing about this cycle that's made it so weird is the China mining exodus, which led to the largest difficulty adjustment for Bitcoin ever. And so that's the speculation that's why this cycle has kind of gotten delayed. That and the coordinated FUD by Elon Musk and others. The other thing is that there's been a lot of news events that the market hasn't really reacted appropriately to. Most of the El Salvador stuff, the Miami news. I know it's not like that big of a deal, but I'm pretty used to this with Bitcoin because Tesla has a similar situation where the market doesn't react appropriately to news events. So, yeah, I mean, look, I've been on record there. I'm Bitcoin 100K plus, no question. This cycle, really 200K plus this cycle.
This cycle, when does that cycle end?
I mean, I'll raise a white flag in like July 2022.
A white flag.
Like I will surrender If we haven't hit like 100 grand by July 2022, you will get, everyone watching will understand. Like, I will go face to face with the camera. I will raise a white flag and I'll say everything I said about Bitcoin was wrong. That's what I'll do if I don't get 100K by July 2022.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first. PO is, so here's what I'm looking at real quick. So the last one to share, and then we can wrap this up.
Absolutely. Just keep in mind the like Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, you know, all the sovereign funds in those countries, they haven't gotten exposure to Bitcoin yet. And when they do, you are going to see it reflected in the price. There you go.
And there you go. That's where I'm expecting this stock to flow to go. So if you're curious about how this is going, that white line is drawn by me. It is, I can redo that real quick just so you can actually see this properly. Give me 1 second. I'll just delete this. And we're going to draw this properly.
Oh, with the yellow.
Yeah, we're going to do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That's me.
Okay, there's how it's going to go. If you can't see that, there you go. Sorry. So that's the technical analysis of the stock to flow model. Thank you. Hey, thanks for joining for this technical analysis show that we did. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. It actually should be, should we say lick that like and smash the subscribe? Or like, what do we say with the like? Like, you got to do something with an L.
Do something weird with the like.
Lick that like button. Lick it.
Subscribe though. For sure subscribe. That's the big call to action. Gotta subscribe. If you're not in the Discord, you're probably just not making money.
You're sharing the, all right.
Just saying.
Light up the like. I like that one. Mad Pirate. Light up that like.
So Keith Welch said exactly what Keith Welch said is exactly what I think. I just don't say it on camera because people would probably think I'm a tinfoil hat person, but what Keith said is what I think.
No one knows what Keith said, so you want to actually just say that so we all can get that on air?
He's basically talking about like coordinated, like basically price manipulation of Bitcoin so that the people that haven't, or the entities, I should say, that haven't been able to buy in or just haven't bought in can accumulate at a price that they find more desirable, which is crazy that at this point, that price is $50,000. That's so awesome that $50,000 is like the bottom of the barrel for Bitcoin. 45 grand is like, oh, that's a bottom, you know? So just sit tight, everybody. Sit tight. Bitcoin,
well, the bottom that they just bought into was 42,000.
It went that low?
Yeah. So
damn, I missed that. Damn it. Damn. That's dope. Like, that's amazing. That means you get 0.1 Bitcoin for $4,200. That is unbelievable.
So what happens when it drops down to $300? Then what are you going to do?
Oh man. Then we're throwing a party. Then that's crazy. No, crazy would be, I thought 45, we were never going to see it again. I literally thought we were never going to see it again. Like, the only mistake I made was I just kept aping in between like 45 and 60 because I was like, I'm not going to get to buy it this cheap again. And I don't have like the liquidity to like really ape right now. So that was the mistake I made.
What a mistake. Well, we appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
See you guys.